You know you got a fishing problem when you get out of a perfectly good warm bed to come out here and stripers bass fishing.
Those are powerful, powerful animals, aren't they?
The only way you can describe this thing is it's drop shotting on steroids.
I've never seen anything rip right off reel like that in my life.
And so they get like, how much bigger?
Twice the size of that.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you.
Wow, is that exciting or is that exciting?
The Fish in Canada Show, brought to you in part by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Princecraft Boats, dominate the waters. Garmin, join the club. Mercury Outboards, go boldly. And Outdoor Canada, Canada's only national fishing and hunting magazine.
Today's episode is a very special one for me for a number of reasons. First, it's another outing with my grandson Nicky. Second, it takes us to arguably the most fascinating body of water in the world in pursuit of the baddest member of the bass family. We're headed to the Bay of Fundy to chase down some huge resident sea-run stripers. Now, on their own, those are all good excuses to get pumped up for this shoot, but I've got another reason to be excited. You see, I've been convalescing for the past 2 months. This is my first road trip since my heart attack. Yes, I found out 11 weeks, 4 days, and 9 hours ago, I am a mere mortal. Fortunately for me, I not only survived it, but I feel outstanding. I haven't felt like this in years.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little concerned about Grandpa. But he did get the green light from his cardiologist, and he assured me he wasn't gonna push it. But I'm still gonna have to keep an eye on him for sure, or Grandma's gonna kill me.
Making the 15-hour trek from home base in Ontario to the Maritimes, for me, well, it's one of the most enjoyable road trips imaginable. Especially when you've been grounded for an extended period of time, like I have. Our final destination is Bass Barn Fishing Charters and Tours, located just outside of Economy, Nova Scotia. It's on the north shore of Minas Basin, which is an inlet of the Bay of Fundy. One of North America's 7 wonders, and of course, famous for having the highest tides on the planet.
This is truly one of the most amazing places on Earth. I've been reading up on it, and apparently more water travels through here in just one tide than all the freshwater rivers in the world. Twice a day, 160 billion tons of seawater flows in and out of the Bay of Fundy. Now, don't ask me how they figured it out, but I believe it.
Now that we've settled in, it's time to meet up with our host and guide for this extraordinary Fish in Canada episode, Greg Beliveau, owner of Bass Barn Charters and Tours. By all accounts, this guy is the real deal.
Well, I think I probably caught my first sea bass when I was probably about 14 or 15 years old. And I'm 51 years old now, so I guess probably about 37 years. A lot of people told me all summer long that, Greg, that your charter is like an amazing charter compared to charters we've been on all over the world. That the way that you treat your customers, the history that you talk about on your charters, the fish that they get to catch. I'm a very lucky person to have this opportunity to kind of be in a place where it's never been done before.
It doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, weather always seems to play a major role in your fishing activities. Greg just informed us that the bay is no place for us to be tomorrow as originally planned. The wind is going to be coming from the southwest at 20 km, and that means 6-footers. Arr, ever been to sea, Nicky? So we've got time to take in some of the local sights and flavors.
Thanks, folks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
so much for coming.
Welcome to the Cliffs of Fundy Aspiring Geoparks Welcome Center. The tides in the Bay of Fundy.
That's
and
what
of
we need to
course,
hear about.
The highest tides in the world. 53.4 was the recorded tide. The tides are higher now, and the tides continue to get higher because of climate change.
Have they determined why the tide is so much higher here than any other part of the world, with the exception of Alaska? I think it has a similar tide. There's a place there.
Actually, it's because of the shape of the bay. It's a funnel shape. And so as the tide comes in the bay, where's it going to go? It has to go up, right? and so it goes up the bay.
But so this shape, the direction and the shape of the bay of Fundy is totally unique on the planet then.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that
crazy.
We're also going to take advantage of this downtime and get up a little extra early tomorrow morning. We all know how much Nikki loves that. And take in some surf fishing up on the headwaters of the Minas Basin. It just happens to be right outside the Four Seasons Retreat, our home for this shoot.
Hey, listen, I have no problem getting up early if it means going fishing. But school? Not so much. Actually, I'm looking forward to some surf fishing. I've never tried it before, and it sounds like a real blast. But seriously? 4 a.m.?
All right, you ready? Let's do this.
Wait.
We're fishing for stripers, right?
Yes, sir.
right.
You betcha.
It's cold. It's like early. The only thing that can make this scenario warm, fuzzy, and nice is if we catch a fish. So let's just get some fish.
Any other place you'd rather be right now, Nick?
There he is. You got him, boys. Yes, baby. You got her, buddy.
Bring her up. That's it, Nick. You know you got a fishing problem when you get out of a perfectly good warm bed in the middle of the night in the wee hours to come out here and striper bass fishing in the cold, dark, chilly coast of the Bay of Fundy. But that's exactly what we're doing. Any other place you'd rather be right now, Nick? Come on, little basses.
There he is. You got him, boys.
Yes!
Little wee guy. Yeah, little wee striper. That's what's been nibbling at us, Nick.
Mom's out there somewhere.
He's small, but he's alive.
That gets the blood flowing a little bit.
That's what we're looking for, except about, I would say 20 times that size-wise.
Congratulations. First fish of the night. Or
First
day,
fish of the night, day, whatever you want to call it. Somewhere here.
Come on. He ain't big. It's something.
You got a little striper on?
Woo! That's a nice little one.
Nice one, buddy. That is spectacular.
Oh, man.
That's
Couldn't be
worth
happier.
getting up in the middle of the night for right there.
I'd say
Tomorrow,
so.
we're going to be going after fish that are 3 and 4 times, 5 times the size of that. Out in the middle of the
bass.
bay. Oh yeah, out in the middle of the bay.
Okay.
Good one, buddy.
Whew. Thank you for making this worth it.
The other way, buddy. There you go. There you go. What a great experience, though, eh?
So right now we're in this big like muddy flat area and the tide is really low and you can see this river. It's just flowing all the way through and leads right out to the ocean. But right now it's low tide, so when the tide comes up, pretty much where I'm sitting, it's all gonna be filled with water and we're gonna launch here. And then we're gonna go smack some stripers and we're gonna have a great day.
Well, it's hard for most people to fathom where we fish. More water travels in and out in one tide than travels through every river in the world. And the current is amazing. If you've never experienced the current in the Minas Basin or Bay of Fundy, it's hard to explain to people how much turbulence there really is.
When I first spoke to Greg over the phone and he told me just how he's fishing for these stripers, the first thing I said to him was that it sounds like drop shotting.
I learned about drop shotting for walleye in northern Ontario on a show last season. I love it. It's so exciting when you go to set the hook and you feel a solid bang on the line. From what I'm hearing about striper bass from Grandpa though, there's gonna be a little more bang on the line this time.
There he is.
He says that these things are the craziest members of the bass family. They're big, they're strong, and they're mean.
This presentation is exactly like drop shotting. Well, sort of. You see, drop shotting is all about finesse. This is anything but. We're using a 1 to 3 pound sinker, a main line of 80-pound braid, and a 100-pound monofilament leader. Oh, and the hook? It's a size 10-aught. Well, that's the game when you're fishing for striped bass in the Bay of Fundy.
There you go, buddy. Oh my God. You're not even gonna get that in the water and they're gonna bite it.
Yes, baby. You got her, buddy.
Bring her up. That's it, Nick. Reel it in, buddy. Watch your step.
Wait, what am I doing?
You do it. Just stay there. Reel it in. Yeah.
Woo!
That's the way. That's the way. That's the way, man.
Fight.
I know. That's the way. Let me get out of your way.
Oh my God.
Down and, yeah, that's it. Up. That's it. That's the way.
Pulling the drag.
And that drag was on lock, too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see what he was saying earlier about this being like a full body workout.
Bring it up, bring it up. Okay, drop, drop, drop. That's it. Thank you. How cool is that? Your biggest bass ever.
That's true.
It's a good start, buddy.
Yeah.
Good start.
That's a great start. And so they get like, how much bigger?
Twice the size of that. Twice the size of that.
Have a good day.
Off he goes. Well, for the first one, we're a little slime.
Just a
Did
little
you just
bit.
wipe your hand on my back?
Well, you
Did
can't
I just
see it.
catch you wiping your hand on my back? Oh, I'm gonna kill you. It's gonna be a long day.
Assert your dominance on this fish.
Buddy, I'm trying. I've never seen anything rip braid off a reel like that in my life. Oh, there's one. Oh, that was crazy. That's my first drag puller of the day, I'll tell you that. Holy mackerel. Whoa.
I'm just reefing this thing in.
You're gonna have to net this one for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna stand up.
Give me a minute to get the net.
Wow, I didn't think we were gonna get a fish that was gonna pull this drag. This drag is locked in. Locked in, 80-pound line, and he's just pulling it at will. That is a good bass. I hope we get a chance to see him. This is normally, I think on average, probably about 4 footers out here. And this is like a mill pond today. An outgoing tide. Just turned around about an hour ago and starting to head out. When we started this morning, it was ripping in. And they told me that the bigger fish came at the end of the tide when it was starting to run out. And guess what? They're right.
Assert your dominance on
I'm
this
trying,
fish.
buddy, I'm trying. He's not done yet. I've never seen anything rip braid off a reel like that in my life. Okay, I'm gonna drop him to you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got him.
Nice.
Woo. Give me a high five on that because you
didn't think I was gonna do it.
I didn't.
Neither
I'm
did
not
I.
gonna lie to you.
I honestly thought he was bigger than that.
That's a long fish.
Oh, I know what it is.
That's nothing to complain about. Look at all the colors on him. That
It's
little
gorgeous,
like
aren't they? Just
white,
absolutely
purpley
stunning.
streak right down.
Absolutely stunning. Bye-bye. See ya. How was that? I still can't get over. I mean, it's fantastic getting a fish like that, don't get me wrong, but I can't get over where I am right now. This is the middle of the Bay of Fundy, and it is like a mill pond. We're on the outflow of the world's biggest tide, 50-foot tide, and these fish are just following bait in as the tide pushes up. There's a bunch of rocks right ahead of the boat, and the tide pushed all the bait up into those rocks about 4 hours ago, and now it's pulling them all back out again. And the big schools, these are marauders. These are one of the most prolific predators that you're going to find in this part of the bay. They're like a pack of wolves when they start feeding on these fish. To understand the significance of the rocks Nikki and I are fishing today, you have to first get a brief history lesson like we did.
British airmen trained in the Burt, and they used that rock out there for dive bomber practice. And presumably there's still old shell casings and stuff out there because it looked like a submarine kind of.
The Eastern Air Command of the Royal Canadian Air Force played a critical role in the air operations on the Atlantic coast of Canada during the Second World War. Here, fighter squadrons honed their bombing skills for anti-submarine operations in Canadian coastal waters during the Battle of the Atlantic. And it's these very rocks that were target practice for our Canadian fighter pilots in the early 1940s.
They flew down the shore and they bombed the brick hills. And at the top of our tower, which we'll go up to the top shortly, were our AF officers, and they would radio back to Debert whether the plane
Hit the target or not. I can imagine planes flying and dropping those bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes,
That would've been
yes.
Very cool.
Oh my God.
That's what fishing is all about right there. These moments, you can never replicate them anywhere else. This is a big fish.
To get to the Minas Basin on the Bay of Fundy, Nick and I first took Highway 401 to Highway 20 in Quebec. We next took Highway 30, the Montreal bypass, and then got back onto Highway 20. From there, it was on to Trans-Canada Highway 85, which then turns into Highway 2 and eventually turns into 104. We exited the highway right on Station Road, turned right onto Highway 2, a quick left onto Cove Road, and finally reached our home away from home, the Four Seasons Retreat near the town of Economy, Nova Scotia. The property here is in a perfect setting, directly on the Minas Basin, which is the innermost area of the Bay of Fundy. Beautiful sunrises and sunsets, as well as a view of the world's largest tides, makes this the perfect fishing destination. And even more so, a great place for a family vacation.
Oh, come on.
Get it. Yep. Reel it in, buddy. He's pulling drag. Okay, let me get up. Just relax. Don't give him any slack.
No, none.
You just hold on. Don't even worry about reeling him in. Let him do his own thing. No slack whatsoever.
Oh my God.
That's good. Take a little bit of line at a time. You don't have to get them all in all at once.
Oh my God.
Just take your time. Take your time.
This better be a big fish.
Just hold him there. You're tiring him out. You know, when you're doing what you're doing right now, you think you're not gaining on him, but you are because you're tiring him out. Take a little bit of line, not much.
Oh my God.
You were laughing at me earlier with that big fish. Aren't they something? Those are powerful animals, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Plus you got a pound, plus of weight. Plus you got this 5-mile-an-hour current. That's a big fish, buddy. Well, come if you want to come over here, because he's over here.
Yeah.
Right? Do you want to walk over here? That's it. Watch the rod get down in front of you, that's all. That's it. You okay?
Yeah.
Just take a break, take a break. He's tiring you up, but he's tiring out himself too, so just be careful. Look at the bend in that rod. Wow, that's insane, buddy. This is a big fish.
Oh yeah, he's tiring.
That's the way, perfect. Doing great, man. You want a massage?
Yeah. Oh, that's a big one. He's a big one.
Bring him over here. See if we can get him with this. Nice. Nice.
You got him?
Yeah, let it some slack.
Oh my God.
See if you can open your bail a little bit or put your rod down. Perfect.
That was like a workout.
Nice, buddy. Picked him up. Look at that. Look at you, buddy. Lift him up a bit.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I'm in such an
pull
awkward
him,
position.
pull him. That's it. Pull him like that. Hold him up. There you go. That is fantastic. That's what fishing is all about right there. These moments, you can never replicate them anywhere else.
Never.
Doing anything else. Fantastic.
Whoa.
That's a 25-pounder, buddy. Wow. Gorgeous. Congratulations, man. Okay.
Let's put him home.
Striped bass fishing has been around for decades on the bay. But it's been the last 10 years or so that it's become one of the more popular game fish on the East Coast. I think a lot of that has to do with the decline of the Atlantic salmon sport fishery. Pete and I have been fishing for East Coast stripers for years now. But this, well, it's the first time I've sampled Fundy for these nasty critters.
That's it.
Normally, we hit flowing tributaries that connect with the bay, which is the source of the biggest and most healthy migratory striper population in eastern Canada, maybe even the world. Hooking up with one of these extremely aggressive giant striped bass has got to be one of the most exciting forms of angling you can experience anywhere else in the world. I promise you, they're one of the hardest fighting fish you will ever do battle with.
Look at you, buddy.
Today's hotspot is probably the most unique fishing area I've ever been on. The waypoint on your screen will get you right there. During World War II, this exact fishing area was used by the Canadian military for target practice with live ammo. Nowadays, this rock pile is one of the best striper structures I've ever fished. By anchoring and then freelining a 1 to 2 pound drop shot rig with a piece of herring on a 10-aught hook to the bottom, we were into big stripers in no time. I highly recommend giving Captain Greg Bellabo a call if you want to experience this great fishery. Trying it on your own without tide fishing experience can be extremely dangerous. For more hotspots like this one, visit fishingcanada.com.
The Fish in Canada Show, brought to you in part by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Princecraft Boats, dominate the waters. Garmin, join the club. Mercury Outboards, go boldly. And Outdoor Canada, Canada's only national fishing and hunting magazine.
Closed captioning for this episode was brought to you by fishingcanada.com, the gateway to your next fishing adventure.
Come